3,730, resulting into a favorable variance of 12%. Other receipts. Council planned to generate 610,000 from other receipts, but the actual collection was 1,382,534, resulting into a favorable variance of 127%. The overcollection share was due to the enforcement in collection of electricity contributions from marketeers who use electricity in the markets for their business activities, donations, and interests accruing on council accounts. Remedial measures. Council will budget based on the updated databases and continue to enforce the collection from all non-compliant clients for all council revenues through issuance of warrants of distress, debt swaps, use of information technology, and enhancement of the already existing revenue task force teams to follow up on all outstanding receivables. We move on to management of local government equalization fund. That is the 20% for capital projects, and it relates to the delayed completion of Chisokone Green Market Shelter. Cause of query. The market shelter was not completed at the time of audit because the project was delayed to start. The delay was caused by the affected marketeers who were refusing to move and pave way for the construction of the market shelter at the time the project was about to commence. Action taken. Council has now completed the construction of the market shelter as shown in the pictures below. The project handover letter by the contractor and the certificate of completion are attached as Appendix 2. The project is ready for inspection. Remedial measures. Council will continue to engage the affected stakeholders in the implementation of all its projects in order to avoid delays in the implementation of projects. Weakness in the management of payroll and staff-related matters, irregular payment of allowances to retirees. Cause of query. Council irregularly paid education and transport allowances to the retired employees on the payroll amounting to 582,902 in the year under review. The payment of allowances to retired employees was based on the circular from the Local Government Service Commission dated 5th February 2021 with reference number LGSC 10181 that instructed all councils to pay the basic pay inclusive of all legitimate allowances to retired employees on payroll. The circular was conveying the decision of the Constitutional Court on cases related to the interpretations of Article number 189(2) of the Constitution of Zambia Amendment Act number 2 of 2016 on payment of pension benefits. Action taken. Council has since cleared all retirees' benefits for all the retirees who were on payroll in the year under review, and the retirees have since been removed from the council payroll. Furthermore, Council has removed transport and education allowances from all the retired officers who have recently retired and being maintained on payroll in accordance with Public Service Management Division Circular number B26 of 2022 dated 6th May 2022. Retirees' ledgers for the cited retirees and the pay slips for the current retirees on payroll marked as Appendix 3 are available for verification. Remedial measures. Council will ensure prompt adherence to all the circulars issued by the central government and seek clarity on matters that may appear conflicting with other written laws. We move on to management of non-current assets. Cause of query. At the time of audit, the Council Police Office was in a dilapidated state. Action taken. Council has since rehabilitated the Council Police Office and other offices at the Civic Center that were in a deplorable state. The picture below depicts the current status of the Council Police Office after renovations. The Council Police Office is ready for inspection. Remedial measures. The Council will continue to implement the maintenance of policy for all Council properties in order to increase their lifespan and make them safe for operations. We move on to cross-cutting audit observation from appendices. Chair, I noticed, maybe with your indulgence, I noticed that this is repeated on page 2, whose content is actually 100% the same. I'm wondering if we can continue.
You can go to the next one.
Thank you so much, Chair. So we move on to Appendix 16, failure to fill vacant position, 497 positions. Cause of query. At the time of audit, Council had a total workforce of 1,006 instead of 1,503 that are recorded on the Staff Establishment Register. Action taken. Council is not able to support the wage bill of a full establishment due to limitation of resources. However, recruitment process of key unionized officers have commenced, and so far 40 Council police officers have been recruited. The authority, a letter from the ministry to recruit 10 drivers was also obtained in 2024, and the process of recruiting the 10 drivers has commenced and will be concluded in the first quarter of this year. Further, a budgetary provision to recruit 30 Division 4 officers has since been made in this year's budget. Appendix 4 refers. Remedial measures. Council will continue to recommend strategic or critical positions, vacant position to the Local Government Service Commission for Division 1, 2, and 3, as well as Human Resource Management Committee for Division 4 to be filled as and when resources allow. Appendix 18, which relates to employment of temporary workers of 380 casuals. Cause of query. During the year under review, Council had engaged 380 temporary workers for short-term works. Action taken. Council has reviewed and signed contracts for its temporary workers for a period not exceeding 3 months in accordance with Section 19C of the Employment Code Act, number 3 of 2019, for specific tasks. Samples of the oral contracts are marked as Appendix 5. Remedial measures. Council shall continue to recruit temporary workers for specific tasks that do not require permanent employment in accordance with the Employment Code. Appendix 20, failure to secure properties with title deeds, and 85 in number. Cause of query. At the time of audit, Council did not have title deeds for its 85 properties. Action taken. Council has started the process of obtaining title deeds for the 85 properties cited. The site plans for all the 85 properties have been prepared and submitted to the Ministry of Lands for purposes of numbering and obtaining title deeds. The properties have been uploaded on the Ministry of Lands portal, and the case numbers for the properties have since been generated. Samples of site plans and the generated case numbers printouts marked as Appendix 6 refers. Remedial measures. Council will endeavor to secure all Council properties by obtaining the necessary documentation such as title deeds. Move on to Appendix 23, which is poor management of waste. Cause of query. At the time of audit, the council dump site was unfenced because there was no budgetary provision of the fencing of the dump site in the year under review. Action taken. Council has made a budgetary provision in this year's budget, and the fencing shall be done before the end of this year. The budget extract marked as Appendix 7 is available for verification. Remedial measures. Council shall ensure that the dump site is maintained in accordance with the Solid Waste Regulation and Management Act number 20 of 2018 in consultation with the Zambia Environmental Management Agency requirements. We move on to Appendix 28, and this relates to the failure to settle statutory and other obligations, the amount thereof being 55,012,512.15. Cause of query. At the time of audit, the council had a total of 55,012,515 outstanding amount for statutory and other obligations which the council couldn't liquidate due to financial resource limitations. Action taken. The council has so far paid a total of 7,763,633 towards outstanding statutory obligations as shown in the table below. Further, council has an agreement with NAPSA for an annual debt swap on rates amounting to 1.8 million annually in respect of the ECL mall and other properties belonging to NAPSA to be channeled towards settlement of the outstanding workers' contribution arrears. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development is deducting on a monthly basis LASIF contribution from Council's equalization grant at source in order to avoid accumulation of LASIF workers' contribution. The council also has a time to pay agreement with ZRA towards liquidation of the outstanding pay as you earn arrears. Council has allocated 20 million in the 2025 annual budget to go towards liquidation of statutory obligation arrears. The 2025 budget extract, Chair, credit notes, time to pay agreement, confirmation of debt from LASIF and receipts from LASIF, marked as Appendix 8, are available for verification. We're moving on to page 19, and specifically Appendix 31, which is Management of Local Government Equalization Fund, amounting to 4,663,674. Cause of query. Council received a total of 23,318,367 as local government equalization fund in the year under review. The 20% capital component of the local government equalization fund amounted to 4,663,674. Action taken. Council utilized the full amount of the 20% capital component of the local government equalization fund in the year under review. The major projects included construction of ticketing booth at Kembi bus station, which amounted to 1,254,581.65 ngwe. Then maintenance of roads amounting to 694,000, maintenance of street lighting 553,546 ngwe, road markings 60,412 and 8 ngwe, procurement of 3 tractors and trailers and the mower amounting to 2,114,007 ngwe. The detailed ledger and payment vouchers showing the utilization of 20% capital component of the local government equalization fund marked as Appendix 9 affairs. Remedial measures. Council will ensure that conditions of the local government equalization grant are strictly adhered to in the utilization. Chair, we're moving on to Appendix 35, which relates to the lack of a rescue ambulance and marine rescue equipment. Cause of query. At the time of audit, Council had a few rescue vehicles and marine equipment. Action taken. Council has one ambulance, registration number GRZ 573CE, that is used as a rescue vehicle. Council has also bought 3 bandana boats, as shown in the pictures below, using Constituency Development Fund at the total cost of 346,640 under Chimwemwe constituency, that will be used by the fire officers for rescue operations. The history book for the ambulance and the payment vouchers for banana boats marked as Appendix 10 refers. Remedial measures. Council will continue to prioritize the public safety of its citizens by providing the necessary equipment for fire officers. I wish to assure this committee that the remedial measures that have been submitted to the committee will be implemented and reviewed for further improvements. Submitted for the committee's deliberations. I beg to submit, Chair. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, witness, for your submission. I wish to suspend proceedings for a lunch break. We'll come back at 14:10 to get point of clarifications from the honorable members. May we proceed on lunch. Thank you so much. The immunity is uplifted. We can go for lunch.